y'all doing today? I wonder how many people who like randomly like get my VODs recommended just like click off immediately because I start every video going, hey! How wicked was the child in this track? One wicked. Otherwise they would have to call it really wicked child. I'm doing alright. I totally forgot to stream yesterday. This was supposed to be yesterday's stream. I just got so caught up in coding because of the DBZ thing that I've been working on. If you're on the Discord, you will be familiar with this project that I have been talking about. But yeah, at least I was having fun and making progress on something, yeah. Gavin is in terrible pain, but now in terrible pain with friends, which is an improvement. I am sorry that you are in pain. I hope you feel better soon. Noth is having, like, a day, too. Like, he was having, like, a crazy headache earlier. So I hope he feels better, too. But, I'm just gonna be here to provide the good vibes, the best vibes I can. Eve says, I'm here for a few minutes, but long enough to say hello, Z, and I hope everyone has fun. Please enjoy Super Mahjong Baseball, now entirely in Japanese. Hey, don't forget to also have Go and Shoki minigames in Super Mahjong Baseball. But all that said, what we're doing today is, of course, another episode of NES Roundup, where I play every single NES game briefly. We are in 1988. We're starting to approach the holidays now, but these streams like stopped being season based a while ago. But it's like, I think we have 2 streams left here in 1988, so we're in the fall. We're gonna slightly head into the holiday season, because of course the holiday season always has the like an insane amount of releases. So, here's hoping that this time around, emulators and Windows and everything are just gonna play along, and I won't have to deal with anything weird like the controllers deciding not to be a thing today. That'd be nice. Fortunately, I don't think the first game we're playing is going to be that exciting. So, if anything goes wrong, it could be worse. I never know entirely where to like place my screen on the screen when I'm not playing a widescreen game. Maybe I should have like a layout that actually just has like a little like indent for it or something. Let me pull up my list of games. Oh, I'm in a bit of a silly mood. I don't know why. Our first game for today is Snoopy's Silly Sports Spectacular. In Japan, this was a Donald Duck game because, I don't know, it's just a bunch of minigames probably. It was probably just like, hey, we have this license, and then they try to release the game overseas and they're like, oh, we don't have that license. Get a different license. Cause, yeah, this was Kemco. I think they also made Crazy Castle, which in Japan was a Mickey Mouse game. So I think Kemco just had the Disney license for a while there, and then, you know, only in Japan. And, yep, no controller input for me, apparently. I don't know why that's a thing now. I wouldn't even have unplugged my controller from the computer if it... Where did I go? What? What the fuck? Okay, that's a new one. No, that's super cool. I don't know why why my mocap program just decided to not be a thing right now. What the fuck? Was it Roger Rabbit in the PAL region? Crazy Castle or this game? Because I don't think this game either was also Snoopy in Europe or it just wasn't in Europe. Okay. Now you better fucking... You know what? You know what I bet is going on here? It decided to go back. Yep. It is now decided it is once again joystick 1. For some fucking reason. I don't know why I changed to joystick 2 last time, but like, pick one and stick with it, motherfucker. I bet Windows has just like realized that it is going to be replaced if things keep up. So it's just gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna take you down on the way. On my way down, I'm grabbing you. Alright, we got sack race, we got overboard, we got boot throwing, pile of pizza, pogo, and river jump. Now, I don't know about you guys, my favorite professional sport is pile of pizza, but let's do these in order. Sack race, Alright, how do we do this? I just tap button. Okay, so I think tapping one button does like a small hop, and then alternating the buttons, which is kind of what you expect with like sports games, does like a bigger hop. I don't really know why small hop exists. It doesn't seem to be very good. Let's try that again. Flying? What do you mean flying? You mean foul? Do you think they'd secure the manholes before a race? No, they just make it more fun. Can I, like, change my, like... Oh, what the hell? That is an illegal move! Woodstock! Woodstock, that's the red card! So, you can change your direction with the D-pad, like your height on the screen, you know, your distance or whatever. But I'm gonna be using both my hands on the fucking buttons, personally, so, I don't know. Let's look at overboard. Oh, we're just beating the shit out of each other. Isn't this the first boss in Super Mario World? But it takes place on, like, Terry's stage from Fatal Fury 2. Yeah, I'm a huge nerd, I know. Okay, so I don't really... What do I do once I get here? Can I, like, knock him off? But presumably I'm trying to get someone overboard, so... Who's this copycat Snoopy? I don't know. I guess they didn't want to have Snoopy beating the shit out of Charlie Brown, so... Alright, boot throwing. Oh yeah, I guess it probably is Uncle Scrooge in the Japanese version, huh? Okay, I don't know what I was supposed to do there. When I press the button, he just drops it, so... Do I, like, press the direction? Huh? I don't know what's going on here. It seems that if I press forward while also pressing the button, he goes, like, slightly further, but, like... No, it was only the one time, I guess. I don't know how this works at all. Wait, hang on. Okay, I hold down, and then he like winds up. And then presumably I have to like hit the button at the right time to throw it well? Maybe? I actually don't know. I don't know. Snoopy has a brother named Spike who lives with coyotes and visits him occasionally. Alright. Sounds about right. Yeah, I don't know. This one doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. But my record is 3 feet. I can... Oh god, what? Okay, so I guess for some reason, these pizzas aren't in boxes. And I guess the objective is to get to the end without dropping them all, but I don't know how that works. It's kind of like carefully tapping the direction. I don't... I guess if you just go very slowly, it works, but obviously you want to go as fast as you can. Also, how does the scoring work? Because it seems like, you know, you get, it points out, like, how fast you were and how many pizzas you have left. But, like, which one's better? What's the... Like, how do these things relate? Alright. Time for Pogo. I can do this. I like Commander Keen. Perfect. I don't think that was a foul. I think it just failed. Alright, this is fairly self-explanatory. How is that a foul? Like before, they said flying when it was a foul, and now when it's like, you fucked up, it's a foul. More like a fail. Anyway, this doesn't control all that well, it looks like. He doesn't want to go anymore now. What are these controls? I think they're trying to make momentum happen, and they just don't really know how to do it, because if you let go of that right on the D-pad, you are fucked. Why are we in ancient Greece? I don't know. Donald Duck time travel? Maybe it's supposed to be like Fantasy Olympics? Like Sonic and Mario? Or something? Okay, so how do I make stick down? Like I seem to tap A to go, and then he... This one should have been Dutch. Is this a Dutch thing? I never... I would guess like soccer or ice skating for like a Dutch one first, but how do I go? What do I press to do the vault of the pole? Oh, it's a Frisian thing, of course. Nah, I probably should have known that, but... Okay, so the one button, you tap it to go, and then the other button, you press it if you want to fall on your face. Because no matter what I do, that seems to be what's happening here. Just instantly. So it can't be a matter of, like, holding the button or whatever. What the fuck is going on? And then he makes a Mario pipe noise. Whatever, I'll just take a swim. That's a Flirlyap, yeah? Am I getting that right? Anyway, this doesn't work. And I don't feel like there's really any need to show you the Japanese version. I don't think we need to see Donald Duck do the pizza thing. Although it kind of makes more sense if it is Donald Duck. Anyway, here's this game. You ever like play Castlevania and you're like, this makes way too much sense? Then you gotta play this game. So you got like, I don't remember what the story is, but like, you have this Mega Man like Sage Select, which is weird because you tap A you tap the A and B buttons to like cycle, and then press start to go in. But yeah, I've played a little bit of this game before. It's a weird one. But yeah, if you can look at this and not think Castlevania, then I don't know what's wrong with you, man. Nice hitbox. Hold on, how do I use my bird again? That's a thing, right? I can use my bird? Yeah, there he goes. Didn't help, though. Why can't I hit him? Why is he immune to my, like, sword? You would think sword would be pretty good against a man. Look at this little man. He's about to steal my magic and Golden Axe. Golden Axe 2 specifically. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you gotta go to, like, a specific stage first, but... You know, the whole point is to be like, this is like a first impression. So, if I don't know anything about this... That was rude. If I don't know anything about this game, I'm just gonna pick the first one that it starts you on, you know? I got a knife to add to my knife. I think they're mildly Arab coded because I am in Arabia. So... Some of this stuff looks more Persian to me, but... See, I can defeat that guy, so why couldn't I defeat Upstairs Man? It was just like that specific guy. It was just like, nah, I trained for years to be immune to knife. What the shit? And then this guy just goes around shooting people with crossbows. I got some ways into this before. I was probably using a guide, because I remember getting to like a boss and he's just like a skeleton man, I think. And then after you defeat him, you just like sit down for tea with him. Is that right? Was that a fever dream I had? Why was just like that one specific dude immune to being stabbed? And what does knife add to knife? Oh hey, my bird actually did something. Technically every guy's a skeleton guy. I don't know, like what if he encountered Imperfect Cell and then like Cell got distracted halfway? Okay, I wanted to show off this game actually being like kind of cool, but like I'm sucking all of the ass. The like sinister mask on the wall. I mean, even if it was just a Castlevania clone, I'd be like, yo, there's a 4th Castlevania on the NES? Sign me up. But you know, not quite. That's not quite what's going on here. Wait, I have a gun? When did I get that? And how do we use it? Okay, so that opens door, but then what? There's no way I'm gonna be able to get over there in time. Oh, maybe I gotta go from that side and put my bird through the hole. This takes place in the future. I mean, old places can still exist in the future. They exist now. How do I get there? Oh, what? Okay, so you hold up and then press attack. No, you press jump. You press jump to attack in this game, so okay. Look at this guy. I guess he's supposed to be like a satyr, but I just imagine it's just some like crazy, like naked Danny DeVito looking dude being like, I'm gonna go stab some people with my pitchfork. He's just on bath salts. Am I looping? How does that work? And why is my range so shit? I really need that gun. I was trying to use my gun, but I have ball now, so... What, like, his gun animation looks like he's just, like, throwing. Oh, God. Well, this isn't working out. Where am I? I went up and ended up somewhere else. And that's just, there's nothing there. You can't go through, even though it's a hole. You know, I really feel like if you die on stairs in one of these games, you're just like... so yeah, it's not really super, explanatory. The name of the game is spelled wrong. And I think there's some stuff that was cut that's only in the Japanese version. But you'll have to look that up on your own time. Speaking of things that were only in Japan, we're going to our first fan translation of the game. This is a game that's known not for the game. This is only known for an infamous Easter egg. in which the programmer goes on an insane rant. Ooh. Any kind of city pop up in here. Does this have like a special chip in it to make these sounds? I want to know now if this had like a chip. If they just somehow made the NES sound chip do some crazy stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Favorite Japan exclusives, X or Lunar Chase, it's called in English. Yeah, that's on Game Boy. That's for later. Okay, I can't find real quick if this has some kind of like chip in it, but it sure sounds cool. And yeah, absolutely like Google the insane programmer rant from this game. It is a trip. Let loose thy soul and set it free. Wow. They really managed to print these words in such a way that they don't like slip into like the crack between pages. I always sit like this in bed, just my hands behind my head, just going like, well, gee, we sure are in a pickle. Like, I would assume that this was like that one Konami chip, but this was a Namco game, so it can't be. I guess Namco had their own thing going on. If anyone knows, let me know. Send your answer on a postcard. I can't fast forward through this text, by the way. No, it's a good question. What the hell is that? And why is it walking in place? Is that the Pied Piper? King sell us all out again? Always follow strange creatures in the night. Listen well, children, because this soundtrack is a real jam. I don't think those are items, I think those are actions. I see. What do you mean? Oh no, we've been isekai'd. I'm glad it tells me to press A every time so I don't forget. Dream bag? The dream bags are labeled to the 8th dimension. I don't think these children should be talking to this person. What's the rule for isekai games? I mean, at this point, isekai literally just means parallel world. It's later on in the timeline where it just becomes a scourge, an infestation of a really specific stupid thing. Why do I have to? Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay, so you press select to switch, but now I'm wondering if this game is actually like, if you can actually play this 2-player. You know. Well, I'll be a human child. I'm stunned, really. Sure snows a lot around these parts, doesn't it? Oh yes, it's enough to hold a snow festival! Good talk. A polite-looking bear. In real life, even if a bear looks polite, you probably don't want to get involved. The sky is blue. I'm glad that we established that. The sky is just out of reach. You know, I think that's the way we should all look at things, you know? If you're like, I can't get to that, just be like, but only barely. If I put the work in. Dream bag! Ah, this is text speed. That's turbo? Excuse me, this is the okay. No, I think I just turned turbo on. That's a little confusing, but... I don't really know what some of these icons do. I guess that's push? Is like hit? I really want to know what this sound chip is, because everyone's always using the VRC6, because it sounds really cool in Castlevania 3. But this is a cool vibe too. I want to make use of this. What a sinister place. Beat it, kid. No, you beat it. Don't even think about it. Or I'll put you in my net then. That's not gonna happen. Darn. Okay. Guess we won't be going there for now. Can I can't go there for some reason. I guess it's just too snowy. It's just too darn snowy around that church. Oh, but I can go in from the back, though. There's less snow there. Why is there a nurse in the church? What is this lady's problem? Hey, hey, hey! Man, this game won't let me have any fun. Is that Bub? Is that Bub or Bob? It's a Wagyan snowman. It's a very church-looking hospital then. But I guess in like old RPG terms, they're kind of same thing. Temple made out of snow. Well, I guess we can't go in. Can't ever go in anywhere. And that's sad. Everyone's made out of snow here. Wild. Oh, shoot. Alright, looks like there's a lot of places to explore, so it'll probably take a while to actually get anywhere if you don't know. Grab the bag. Grab the bag. Here we go. We did it! We got bag! We can put the bag in the dream bag, and then it'll be a dream bag, dream bag! And now you know shit's for real. This looks pretty interesting, and I'm always glad when one of these adventure games actually has a freaking translation, so shoutouts to Stardust Crusaders who seem to just do a lot of these NES translations in recent years. I don't think they're the same ones from JoJo. I don't think Jotaro was like, "Yo, Kakuin, we need to translate the we need to translate all the NES games that have fallen through the cracks." All right, our next game is Knight Rider, which I didn't oh, it's by Acclaim. That's a good sign, isn't it? I didn't know there was a freaking Knight Rider game on the NES. And that's not the Knight Rider theme, is it? Hold on. Hold on. Now I want to check. No, shoot. I launched the same thing. I wonder if it has the song in Japan. No, but the screen is purple. And Michael Knight's not here. That's... Was someone in the US just like, yo, screen can't be purple? Not allowed. What about Europe? Well, as you might guess, it is slower. Alright, we'll just stick with the American one. It was the 80s, they probably thought purple was too gay. Well, fuck him. More purple for me. And more gay for me. I'm gay and purple! So there's mission and drive. So I guess they're really proud of the driving part of this. So honestly, I can't make any like good Knight Rider jokes because what I remember is a really crass, I guess you could call it an abridged parody. That was a big thing in the Netherlands. Just like a couple of high school students were just like doing these voiceovers over old like shows and movies. And I can't quote any of that because none of that shit was okay. It was very funny though. Why does this guy talk so slow? Also, even if I did reference it, it would be in Dutch, so... How would you know? Okay, I'm gonna fast forward through this asshole. Oh god. This is why you don't pick mission mode. What the what do I do? I'm stuck. Oh, I just pressed start. Alright. Alright. Okay, so I don't actually have to press gas, it just goes. And then one button is shoot feathers, and the other one jumps. Which makes sense, Kit is a cool car. Oh, okay, you press up to go faster, but even if you're not pressing up, you're just like at like a normal, like, you're just going out at a clip. It's cruise control. And then of course down, we'll brake. Car driven by Tiny Kong? I don't know! We haven't climbed any trees yet. Let me try. No, I just ran a tree over, as you do. So, like, am I just killing people? What? I wasn't reading all that text. Are we going somewhere? Got a time limit, as you do. But yeah, those parodies, they had a whole, like, saga with their version of Michael Knight. They did one of the A-Team, and they just, like, edited him in there, I think, because he just shows up in that. And then there was one where they used footage from Baywatch, but it's just like a dream he's having or something. Or no, it's like in the future. Hasselhoff's Baywatch character is like, now he's just a future version of his Knight Rider character, but then he dreams about being back in Knight Rider or something, I think. And then they make a whole bunch of inappropriate jokes. Well, this is pretty fucking lame, I gotta say. Our next game is called Vegas Dream, also known as Viva Las Vegas in Japan. I think this should be the color scheme for the American flag from now on. Wanna play shittier Spy Hunter? That's a scary proposition. This is how I'm gonna win big. Well, I don't know how to play blackjack, so... How do we select? Oh, you press start. Come on, Karn! I'm gonna get the hell out of here. If you're like, okay, I like gambling, but I don't like the idea of actually maybe winning money. like even if you like the thrill of gambling, like, why would you do this? It's not, you can't even like use in-game money to like buy gifts for dead or alive babes or anything, so it's like... Okay, and then you press select, I guess. I don't... No? Oh, okay, you press B. You press B to continue. Like a normal person? I don't get the appeal of roulette. Well, do you get the appeal of bingo? It's like that, but it tries to be cool. This is just... Ah, shit. I want to press the other button. Maybe B shouldn't be the confirm button! You don't get the appeal of gambling? Good! Your life will be easier that way. What the hell? Why is that like the fusion of like a melon and a pine cone? Why is B the confirm button? That's so weird. Did a security guard just show up the instant I won anything? Okay, this is just kind of depressing to look at. I feel like maybe in 16-bit you could at least make this flash enough to be like, woo! But on the NES, I'm just like, man. Maybe it's like an AI watermelon. They went into the future and asked an AI to draw a watermelon sprite, and then they needed to still have a human, like, actually make it possible to put it in the NES one. You want money? Time to get violently tossed out the back door. Okay, so, it's starting to get a little weird here because of release dates, right? So I made a big list of, like, I took, like, Wikipedia's list of NES games, which has some issues, by the way, but let's not get into that. It's good enough to use for my purposes. And then I just sorted them by, like, the earliest release date in each, like worldwide. So if a game gets released in Japan first, that's where it goes in the running. If it gets released in US first, that's the release date I use, and so forth. And this next game, we have played the Japanese version of it, but the international version is technically a different game. We all know this. And this may not seem so weird now, but it will in a bit. So put a pin in that. So yeah, Super Mario Brothers 2, we of course previously played Doki Doki. This game, it's got a really unique charm, I think. Like, it just kind of feels like one of those games I just kind of want to hang out in, you know? I do find it kind of difficult to play because it's a bit bigger on, like, mandatory secrets than Mario generally is. Although Mario 1 did have that stupid fucking mace in, like, 7-4. And shit like that, so fuck that. But, you know, it was the NES, so we allow it. Yeah, Peach is just really done. I guess when you're like, I need to show this character is, in fact, a woman? What up? You gotta have the eyelashes, you know, is that, or pink, or bow. You can choose any or all. So she just ends up looking kind of done. Like Deirdre in Fire Emblem Heroes. Speaking of gambling. I do prefer this to that weird thing that all the, like, Final Fantasy girls had in the 2D days. Where they all look like they have one droopy eye. Imagine Leslie Swan voicing this incarnation of Peach and saying something like, "Fuck this noise, I'm out! Peace, bitches!" I made a door in the door! I didn't even know that was a possibility. That has never in the history of anything ever been a thing. What the... Yeah, the whole idea of, like, you take a potion and make a door, but you can just take the potion anywhere, so you can make the door anywhere and just kind of, like, you know, evert into another state of, into another plane of existence, and then there's stuff there sometimes. Where's the stuff? I don't know. Read Nintendo Power. Issue 1. Enjoy buying that in the used market. I think I have, like, issue 3 of Nintendo Power, and I'm not expecting to ever be able to get my hands on issues 1 and 2. Which means I'll never get the authentic experience of beating Simon's Quest. Alright, time for the debut of the famous lass. Trans rep in the Mario universe. And then you go inside a bird mouth. I mean, I guess the answer to why is anything in this game is always just, oh, it's a dream. Fuck you. Ah, dang it, we're doing slot machines again! At least there's no creepy watermelons, though. But yeah, you know, I played the All-Stars version of this on my show. We did Doki Doki Panic on NES Roundup, so I think you get the point. It's Mario 2. You don't need me to tell you whether to play Mario 2. Okay, the next game is gonna be one that I'm not gonna understand fucking anything here. But at least it has a translation. You just play it. Yeah. Daisenryaku, this is a famous strategy series. What? I would like Cash 50. Okay. Feels wrong without the voice clips. Bet it feels wrong with decent colors too, huh? Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to... Like, I can go down from the top menu into this, but then how do I make someone a user? Do I press... So the top menu, you just go up and down, and then you press down again, you go into the second menu here, and then you press select to use that menu. What is today with just like weird fucking controls? Can I play the map, please? How do I play? Okay, you press start on it specifically. What is this music trying to convey? I seem to be stuck in this one row. Okay, you gotta like really specifically press a diagonal. You can't just press up, it doesn't work. Yeah, move the road. I don't know how to do anything. You know what? Let's just watch the CPU. Maybe they know how to play. Oh god, the scrolling is so fucked. I can't even tell what I'm looking at. No, we're not on Godzilla 2 yet. I don't think we've even played Godzilla 1 yet. This is Daisenryaku. Fight real! Fight fast! Fight auto! That's what I always say. How do I do anything? Where are my units? Why is this so weirdly difficult to control? It's giving me a headache. Okay, so he has like a truck, like an Advanced Wars truck going on there, a van. I don't know where do I go to make units. Your beatboxing so in tune with the music. I'm glad because that just means like my audio is finally synced up correctly. We've finally been able to put that to the test. Okay, let's make an F-16. All right. I don't get it. Okay. So I guess instead of saying you don't have enough money for that dipshit, it just does nothing. But now I have move made. Okay. So it really is like Advance Wars. You can't move someone the same turn that they come out. Which means this is gonna be slow as balls and annoying to look at. Okay, honestly, you know, I like giving every game as much of a chance as possible and not immediately writing something off just because it's not something I'm good at. But look at this! Do you really want to look at this for an extended period of time? I don't even want to look at it long enough to get into an actual fight. Woof. I'm not kidding, by the way. It really is hurting my head. Alright. Our next game is the return of a classic. The Black Bass. But this one was released in the US too. They even called it the Black Bass USA. It's called the Black Bass 2 in Japan. And then here, I guess it's the Black Bass USA. That bass is mood. Well, I guess we gotta stay consistent with our fishing games here, so... I'm a beginner. Please enjoy yourself at this year's angling event. Oh man, I can only play this for like once a year? Who was that man? What did he have to do? You can move to another place. Let's do that. You know, whenever I drive out to the lake and get in my boat for some good old fishing, just get my mind off of everything, just be one with nature for a little while. I always put on this kind of music, because I feel like you can't really experience life unless you have like screeching bullshit in your ears at all times. That right there, that's the sound of pure serenity. That I recommend that you attach some bells to the reel on your fishing rod so that you can simulate this in real life. Because really, that's just what it's all about. Your results so far today. Fuck all! You heard the sodomy of time and space? That's a phrase you just came up with. Oh shit! Is that him? Is that the black bass? The fish goes away! No! Damn. I thought that fish would not go away. This just like reminds me of the freaking the AVG and Atari Sports episode when a game just sounds like that, and he's just like, that is the sound of all-encompassing negativity. That's what Namekians hear when Gohan whistles. Well, I'm on the down Easter legs up, and I work with the rod and the reel. I am charting. I can't belt like that when I'm just sitting down. I'm charting a course for Atlantis. Okay, I can't do anything. There was a fish once and it got away before I even got a chance to bring out my inner big cat, so let's move on to Cobra Command. Sadly, probably not a game where you play as the villains from G.I. Joe. Yo, stop shooting the logo. Steve. Name, Stephen Power. Rank, General. Branch, Army. Mission, save the hostages. Destroy enemy strongholds. Good luck. Stage 1, Sumatra. There are 20 hostages. Yo, you want to say, you want to like start me off like with like a few more hostages, you know? Just let me warm up a bit. Stephen Power. Ah, fuck! It's Choplifter again. Okay, so when you go forward, the camera like starts going faster than you, so it looks like you're just like standing still until the camera gets you back to the edge. I don't get that. A helicopter split in the ocean, that's pretty normal. Nothing wrong there. General Power, we're putting you in our experimental Moses copter. This is the only way you'll be able to save the hostages. Well, it's easier than Choplifter. I don't have to land. They invented rope. Oh, I thought that was in the background. That's embarrassing. When you get right onto it, helicopter's just a form of Beyblade. Oh my god. They should make helicopter Beyblades and just be like, the new 3D arena. Do I have like limited lives? What's There's no HUD. There's no HUD. So I'm just doing all of this on my ass. I'll get that helicopter! I'll be the hero! Seriously, the freaking camera thing is so weird and like your helicopter just has to like drag the camera along, which is like heavy enough to stop it dead and God damn it, I did it again! You know what? No. That didn't happen. We're going back. Should get for giving me the power of rewind. How the fuck do I aim these missiles good? The missiles just kind of seem to... Okay. I guess that's realistic. It's very strange and annoying, though. It's really hard to aim like this. I just assumed that they'd be seeker missiles, really. I really wanted to blow that guy up with a missile. That would be so metal. If I had to die on the battlefield, I would absolutely be like, yo, blow me up with a missile. Like, that would be so metal. Just fucking vaporize me. Oh god, I'm on fire. It's fine, I guess. It's a little primitive for 1988, I think, but... Did you just get cat hurt? Right, the next game is Genpei Tōma Den. Computer board game. Okay, so Genpei Tōma Den was a Namco arcade game, and it was pretty nifty. You played as this big-ass, like, samurai dude? I don't know. And then, you know, arcade games often have to be pared down for the NES. But here they just gave up and made a board game instead. You know my opinion on fucking electronic board games. And apparently, no one cares. Because this has no translation. Okay, this is less of a board game, more just an RPG. I think I was lied to. It said computer board game. Why would you call this a computer board game? It's... Well, actually, it kind of looks like the overworld in Zelda 2, doesn't it? The, like, health candles thing is kind of fun, but probably kind of confusing in the nitty-gritty of it. Oh god. Oh god! I don't like any of this. I'm getting the hell out of here. Kinda like the music though. felt kind of like there was like a samurai news show about to start. Okay, I don't... The numbers are in kanji, which doesn't really help. And I died. Whee! Yeah, okay, this is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I mean, I feel like calling this computer board game is kinda...
That's pretty rough.
Well, it is pretty rough, yes. But I feel like that's kinda, burying the lead. Because it seems more like, you know, you got this, like, RPG kind of thing going on a bit. Then again, it did say that you could play with, like, more players, so maybe it is more like a board game then. And maybe it's just... Like, how does that work with multiple players? Do you have to take turns and it really turns into a board game? I really don't know. But also, I don't care that much, to be honest. I'm not really doing my due diligence. So, okay, shut up. Shut up. I like the map music, but that was just a cacophony of bleeps and bloops. Alright, so remember when I was talking about Mario 2 and how release dates could make things kind of weird? Well, that game, being an international reworking of Doki Doki Panic, was, you know, we take the US release date, because that is technically the earliest release date of that game called Super Mario Bros. 2. Now, meanwhile, in Japan, they were a little ahead of us. So, because of that weirdness, if you go purely by earliest release date, Mario 2 and 3 came out really close to each other. Now, no one's actually going to think about it that way, but that's the way it ends up in my show. So this game's, you know, it's good. It's very good. I don't feel like I really need to explain this to anyone. It's Mario 3. What do you want me to say? Like, so many things. This is where Mario really became a Mario, I think. Did you do the original Japanese Mario too? Well, I guess I did. But I blocked it out because fuck that. There's one key difference between the US and Japanese versions. What's that? Ah, shit. Ah! God damn it. Give me the fucking... Give it to me. These Koopas trying to take this away from me. You go small if you get hit regardless of form in Japan. That is a kind of significant balance change. But yeah, you can actually like grab shells and what the hell? Why didn't he go in? You can grab shells, there's a world map. There's more power-ups and shit. Like, I really feel like this just kind of like, you know, Mario 1, seminal game. Very important, obviously. Mario 2 kind of went off and did its own thing that doesn't really get iterated upon, so in the grand scheme of things, it's just like, even if it's a good game, it's kind of weird to have it in the conversation, right? But then this game just kind of like solidifies like this is what Mario is. God damn it, I'm just trying to do the cool flight thing. This asshole gets in my way. That's when you get tail whipped. You get the tail whipped. And now everything is coins. Okay, there we go. I really don't know why Mario just kind of was like, well, I give up. Like, I was holding right, but like, I guess something went wrong. Maybe I wasn't pressing it hard enough, who knows. Super Mario World is just refined and polished. I know some people will actually make the argument that, like, Mario World kind of regresses in some ways. I don't think I agree with that. Now, about a year ago, I think, there was a brief, we did a stream where we were trying to play Zelda, and then our cartridge kept fucking up. So we played Mario World for a bit instead, and then we were just in a shitty mood, Noth and I, and it didn't work out. And I think at that time I said something like I've fallen out of love with Mario. And that was probably the bad mood talking, but I do kinda recognize now that it's like, okay, Mario World is super nostalgic. That's like the first Mario I got to play. And I fucking hate ghost houses and some of that shit, and like the Lost Woods, all that garbage, Forest of Illusion. Like, I just don't really like it when Mario's like, oh, solve the mystery, because the puzzles are always kind of dumb. I guess I don't mind, like, Big Boo's Haunt in 64, though. I guess that's fine. Oh, man! Double KO? What's this? What's this nonsense? I'm just getting it right back. But yeah, you know, even if there's some stuff in this game that Mario World doesn't do, and maybe you could argue that that makes it lesser, I also think they probably didn't want to just do the same shit again. There's a lot of like early development materials that show like Worlds was going to be closer to this, and well, I'm not really gonna mind like it's good game, but now with more graphic. I'd be like, yeah, alright. If it's good game, but it looks prettier, yeah. But they probably wanted to do something a little different, so I guess it makes sense not to, like, keep every single feature just because, you know? Just kind of switch it up, and maybe you can bring it back later. People will appreciate it more anyway, if they have time to miss it. Anyway, I already did this entire game too, so... And if I just keep playing Mario 3, this is going to be a long stream, and I gotta keep going here. Alright, the next game is Erika Daitōryō Senkyo! From Hector. There's just something very strange about it being like, here's, oh my god, is this the fucking election game? I was just gonna say that it's really weird to see, like, America, and then it's all in Japanese. Oh, fuck, this is the election game, isn't it? Yes! Did it actually, like, tell me what my advisor's blood type is? You know, famously, it's the Americans who are all about that blood type stuff. God, even if you wanted a game about, like, a presidential election, even if you wanted to do that, why are you presenting it this way? Why would you present anything this way? This is just made by and for the most boring fucks. Does that say Star Wars? I really can't read enough kanji to understand anything that's going on, but I'm gonna pick Star Wars. Yes! By the way, it actually says yes and no. Because I guess they were like, alright, these Japanese kids that are gonna play the American election game are at least gonna understand what yes and no mean. Holy fuck. Holy fucking shit. You know what? Maybe if this was like an early 80s like text-only game for IBM PC DOS, I still wouldn't want to play it, but I would understand why it was. Why it was a thing. Why it existed, maybe? Why the fuck did anyone buy this? Can anyone track down Japanese gamers who bought this game? Alright, I don't know what was up with, like, the fall of 1988, but here's Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Wait, so it's labeled Romance of the Three Kingdoms, but then I just... Hold on. Okay, there we go. Somehow I launched the Japanese version by accident, but this actually did have a translation. It's not gonna help, because this is me we're talking about. Look at this computer-ass interface! Okay, so you press left for yes, and right for no, in this one, I think. Like, what? Okay, and until now it's A, okay. You know, you could have just made this interface actually look like it belongs on a console, and... Who is my master? I don't know. This isn't really helping with my... I keep pressing right because you'd think right would be advanced, but... I guess it's like a Japanese book or something. The weakest. Sure, maybe we'll get somewhere. Why did they do it that way? Are we just gonna be listening to this music the whole game? Oh, there we go. Ah, shit. I'm gonna need the manual to figure this out. Hey, wait a minute. They stole all these character names from Dynasty Warriors. This is such a fucking PC-ass interface. This is just the best. And by that I mean, fuck this! Ugh. It's so bad. The interface, the UI, the controls, I just... You will have 2,000 rice. Like, is that an individual, like, or grains of rice, or? My head hurts. Really though, now that I can at least read what's happening, I kind of understand what's going on here. I'm still not interested in playing it, but that's a me thing. What's going on? So many turns are just going. Man, time really flies when you're trying to conquer the country. Alright. To anyone thinking right now that I'm a dumbass who doesn't understand things like this, and is thinking that I'm just kind of like glossing over these, I apologize. Maybe you should make a video. I'll watch it, and then I'll be able to understand these games, and still not play them. If you just saw this graphic without context, what would that tell you? What happened here? This is like the aftermath of like a grisly crime scene or something. Someone like murdered a woman and child. I thought the game was lagging out for a moment. It was just the music. Sure? If it's not against my chat rules, you can say it. Why? Sinister Wheel! A sex thing gone wrong. Oh no. This is the computer, by the way. I'm not doing anything. They just gave up? Wait, what is going on? Am I supposed to buzz in? Can anyone explain to me what's going on, actually? Like, is this a real game show or they're rare to make this up? Oh, okay, okay. You press down to buzz in. I understand now. And I guess, like, the computer tried to buzz in before and didn't know what pants were, so... Either that or I somehow managed to press the button while putting the controller down, I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Wait, like... What? Windows? TARDIS? Oh, it's a phone booth, obviously. Huh? Is this not a gravestone? Oh, tombstone. God damn it. I was like, alright, my first thing was like, oh, gravestone, and then I was like, wait, it's not enough letters. So I wanted to write headstone, it was like, no, and I was just like, huh? But obviously it's tombstone. Well, rip me, pepperoni and cheese. I can see this being kind of fun, because, you know, it's actually something where you would need the computer to, like, draw this thing out for you to make the game work. Unless you just had, like, one player who's just, like, playing the house or whatever, and then they're just, like, on paper, just boop, 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 boop. So I think it makes sense for this to be a thing. This could be fun with friends. Alright, this next game is called Touhouken Bunroku. I bet you didn't know the Toho franchise started here. Yeah, no, of course didn't. This is an adventure game, and this one makes me really sad that there's no translation because this game is fucking insane. Basically it's about this kid who's like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with history. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make Japan great again. And then just like fuck, he ends up traveling with Marco Polo, and just things are just generally like really fucking whacked out. This is the game I showed on Discord the other day where Jesus does a rider kick on the cross. And I was not joking. He actually says rider kick. So, unfortunately, like, basically all the appeal is not here when you can't read the text. And honestly, even being able to read some of the text, there are so many weird references and shit that I still don't really understand what's going on. Nom 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 nom. Not the only really demented NES adventure game about time travel, come to think of it, but that's for later. So yeah, hopefully someday someone will take up the task of giving this a translation, because I just want everyone to be able to experience this. Oh no. The train just keeps on rolling today. Wait, Game Arts worked on this? Oh, that's a nice little squid animation. Oh, okay, he's happy. I thought he was sad for a moment. Isn't this a thing from Proteus? What's it doing here? He's just like, look at how happy you should be. No, I am not happy. None of this is good, Vector. It just makes me go. I'll actually use it in a comedically correct moment eventually, but... Hey, some of these expressions actually like accurately represent my feelings when I am the Mahjong. Like this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and maybe this one, because this woman just looks kind of like annoyed. What is going on with this dude? Did he like fall into some kind of church display and just got an indent on his head? Wow, where's my 3D glasses? Mahjong up in here. Oh my god. I mean, they drew little avatars. I guess that's something. Alright, this game's called Saiyuuki World. Does it say NMK? That's a very hard font to read. Angelico! Of course, Saiyuuki is journeying to the west, which really just means we're gonna be watching the Monkey King do funny stuff. Because that's the only part anyone cares about. How do I... Okay. Now start works. I don't know if something's, like, wrong with this controller. I'm having so many, like, weird issues. Made on Namek. But Goku was made on Vegeta! Come on! What is this fucking walk cycle? It's the piss and vinegar glide. I'm not even sure why his, like, little tassels are moving at all, given the way he's, like... He doesn't seem to be, like, going up and down during his walk at all. I don't seem to have a means of attack. That is problematic. Like, where's my stick? Oh, okay, now I have a knife. Everyone knows, famously, Sun Wukong uses knife. There sure is a cast of characters here. I'm sure these people are all saying important stuff. Wait. This seems really familiar. This seems really familiar, doesn't it? Hold on, let me look this up. I swear to God if I'm right about this. It's fucking Wonder Boy again! Apparently this is just a reskin. I don't know why. I swear to God. I mean, it doesn't seem to be the exact same. I didn't have to go into a house to... There's no... where's the gate, you know? I didn't have to go into a house to get a knife. I already had it, because I was the Wonder Boy. Yup. Yeah, okay, here we go again. Why did they do this? What was the point? Like, was there another weird licensing issue? They couldn't put Wonder Boy on here? Okay, hang on. The thing was... It was that Sega owned Wonder Boy, right? That makes sense then. Like, I guess this is the precise moment where Sega stopped, like... No, wait, but that's why Adventure Island existed. Which was a port of the first Wonder Boy. But then that became its own series, so when they ported this game, and they didn't have the Wonder Boy license, they had to come up with something else. And this isn't even the last time this is gonna happen. But that's a story for another day. This fucking Wonder Boy rabbit hole, like... Okay, look. Maybe this doesn't seem that weird to you guys, because you haven't seen what I've seen. But maybe after next week you will understand why it is so insane to me that I keep finding Wonder Boy in places he doesn't belong. Or, well, I guess I'm not finding Wonder Boy in places he does belong, really. It's just... I didn't know about this one. So it was a fucking, like, mind trip. After playing Wonder Boy in Monsterland on Master System just last week. And then now here it's just like, you start playing it, and then just slowly realize, wait a minute. Am I getting across how fucking weird that is? Because this doesn't normally happen, right? We're just like, yo, we are so proud of this fucking game design that despite licensing issues, we will go and put it on other platforms. Just come up with anything. Come up with anything you can put on there. Anyway, I mean, I like Wonder Boy Monster Land. It's pretty good. So I guess if you want to play it on the NES, then here you go. You play it with Journey to the West, or maybe you just really like Journey to the West. So you're just like, okay, look, I like video games. They just really need more Journey to the West in them. The next game is called Touchdown Fever, so it's just super weird, right? We have 2 Mario games in today's lineup, and still I'm getting just so, like, mind punched. And just, there's just so many things where I'm just like, what the fuck am I supposed... What do I do with this? So anyway, Touchdown Fever is an RPG in the tradition of Final Fantasy. How do I go? Did I pick 2-player by accident? What's going on? Oh, I did. Never mind. I'm a fool. I'm gonna take a break after this because I need one. Honestly, maybe I'm getting whatever Noth has. Maybe we're just both getting sick. Maybe that's what's happening. Oh, it's going. How do we... I don't seem to have very good control over this. Hold on. Why do you keep throwing it backwards? I'm walking forward, so why is it going backwards? Is that a football thing? You're only allowed to throw in the opposite direction? I mean, other than that, I guess it plays okay. I don't really, I still don't really get... He just throws it in some random-ass direction. Can anyone explain that to me? If it wasn't for that, I'd be like, alright, I see what's going on here. Alright, we're gonna do one more before my break, because I can already tell this is a game I'm not gonna be able to... Hello. I can already tell this is a game I'm not going to be able to play because it's a quiz game and it's going to be in Japanese, so... But I can't skip things, so... Everyone is ah! That won't be confusing. This is how they get you playing games. Oh. I thought maybe there was going to be like a board game adventure here, but we're just like in a studio. What am I doing? Huh? Who said Rock is dead? I can read that part. How do I answer? Wait, is this like if you buzz in early, you don't get the rest? Okay, now I understand. So it says like Kikaider 1. Who's Kikaider 1's partner? Damn it, if only Noth was here. He'd be able to answer that immediately. Okay, so now I get it. Damn it, I keep accidentally pressing the button because I'm so used to having to press a button to make the rest of the text come out. But this does the exact opposite. Wait, I pressed the button, but it just immediately gave an error. What's going on? Was I just precisely too late? I don't know. Well, you get the point. Can't really play this until I learn more Japanese and Japanese facts from the 1980s, of course. How far in are we here? Oh, precisely halfway. That checks out. All right, there's another 20 games after this. We're gonna get some good games. We're gonna get some not so good games. It's a day that ends in Y. But I'll be right back, because I need water and stuff. See you in a moment. Oh, my cool button doesn't work.
Direct hit!
Why did it do that? Oh, my soundboard thing has taken over the MIDI, I think. But wait, that should be down here.
That's pretty rough.
So why is it up here?
Direct hit!
That doesn't make sense. What do the others do?
That's pretty rough.
What the fuck? Okay, for real though, I'll be right back. Hey y'all, I am back. Had a little snack, got some water, took some medicine. And hopefully we'll be playing some nice games that do not give me a headache now. Next game is Kaijuu Monogatari. This one has a fan translation. It's translated as Shell Monster Story, so maybe there's like a pun there where the Kai means something, it means shell in this case, instead of like, I don't know. Fast, please. Boy from Earth. Is it supposed to look like this? His name will be Bing. Yeah, it does have a sequel on the SNES, and that one has a fan adaptation, shall we say. That's a story for another time. The text printing is really weird. I don't know if that's a thing with the translation, or if the game is just like that, but like, it just, like, overwrites the last line and then scrolls? It's really disorienting and weird. You are the one who has the 4 crystals. You are the descendant of Erdrick. Resurrected from the darkness. Defeat Fat Badger! Naturally. Oh man, this text printing is really not helping in my head right now. God. Ugh. Could you start an RPG in a more generic way? Like, even in 1988. Like, even Final Fantasy 1, which absolutely is like, go talk to the king and he gives you your quest, and then you're in a town. it started you off on the world map, and it had like a little like text scroll with like, you know, I think. Did it have a text scroll? Pretty sure it did, because it's like, and then 4 warriors appeared and they all had orbs. But this is just straight up Dragon Quest. Just everything about this is Dragon Quest, short of having a stairs button. Seriously, that text thing has to be some kind of bug, right? We can get Holy? Just Holy. And we can get Silver Key. Oh yes, I do remember that. And I'm not saying that it can't always get worse. Because it can. That doesn't mean I have to like this. Okay, where's my equipment? Do I not have... Is that not a thing? And why is the text bleep not synced to the text printing? I really think there's something wacky going on with, like, how... Oh, nice fast transition, I like that. Manual. Okay, so you have, like, auto battling. Yeah, okay, as you can see, there's definitely an issue with some kind here. I don't know if I have, like, an old patch, or if it's just... If it just is an old patch, just like that. But yeah, if there's a better patch for this, then I would absolutely use that if I were you and you want to play this. But really, this is just the sort of thing where it's just like, I could be playing Dragon Quest. And it's not like with RPGs, you're really gonna be short on, like, games to play, really. Like even if you're like, man, I've already beaten all the Dragon Quests, but I want more Dragon Quests. And it's like, you could just play one of the Dragon Quests you've already played again. Because at this point, it's probably been long enough, you know? You don't really need this, I think. There are 11 of them. Yeah, and then you get into, like... Well, I mean, I guess the MMO, you can't really play that outside Japan. So, I guess 10. But even then, there's like a million spin-offs, and also just, there's probably, like, other RPGs that will whet your appetite that are more interesting than this, which is literally just like, hey, you like Dragon Quest 1? It's back! Anyway, now for something much nicer. Legitimately, like... D-Bomb's happy. So I've never played, like, this series. What are they called? Like... Oh man, I'm blanking on what they call this, like, little, like, Mac Venture, right? Because they were on Macintosh originally? Ah, I can relate to this guy. He also has a headache and maybe went to Vegas. Your right palm's covered with dried blood, but you can neither see nor feel any wounds. Probably just like one of those, like, nocturnal nosebleeds, you know, you're half asleep and you're like... You know, you just kind of like... Your nose is blocked, and then because you're half asleep, you're just like... And then you get a nosebleed. No? Just me? I used to get really bad nosebleeds when I went to, like, music festivals, and there would just be, like, sand blowing about. And I would get all the sand in my nose and get a nosebleed. You guys really needed to know that. That's why I told you that. Then you realize you can't remember who you are. If you have no memory whatsoever, How do you know how to words? Hmm? No, but seriously, I can't be the only one who just, like, wakes up in the morning and then it's just like, oh shit, I had a nosebleed. I mean, is that really just me? Right, I was supposed to be playing a game. Huh? Oh, okay, so you pick your option, then you can just slide up here. Maybe I'm just particularly prone to nosebleeds, I don't know. Take the gun one. Take the toilet paper. You can't take it. Why not? What if I get a nosebleed? And I don't have any tissues. You use toilet paper. Wait, does leave mean drop? Move self. Can't do that. Damn. Okay, how do I get out of here? Can't be... Okay, so I'm still... How do I transport myself to another location? Open the stall door? Oh, that's a door. I thought that was a wall. That makes sense then. Janitor's supposed to be on strike. No, this is normal. Honestly, far from the worst public bathroom I've seen. Oh god! My head is going off into places. And I'm being chased by a question mark. If you know what you're doing, you can beat this in like half an hour. I think that's a lot of these games work that way, because the whole point is figuring out what you're supposed to do. I dig the music though. Open the door! I don't know why that amused me. But yeah, you know, these things are quite... I thought that was going outside, but okay. Take the web. No! Take the wine. No! Take the barrel. No! Yeah. I don't really have time to get, like, into this, but it looks good, so... Oh, D-Bomb's already more than vouched for it. Next game is called... Hoops. In Japan, this is called Moero Junior Basket. They seem to have this whole series of, like, Moero sports games. Man, Jalico was just all over. You can't get away from them, I guess. Select profile. Mr. Doc, Jammer, Barbie, Face, Bomber, Zap, Legs, and Whiz. What? I'll be Mr. Doc, I guess. Computer selecting an opponent. Hi, 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 hi. What the fuck? What is with this arrow going insane? Okay, so we're literally just... Oh, okay, that was to decide who goes first? Charging up my Kamehameha, yeah. Hup. Whoa! That's kind of cool. Ah! What the fuck? Finally getting somewhere and you immediately commit a foul? You foul person? How do I shoot, though? That's what I want to know. It seems like pertinent information, to be honest. Okay, there we go. It's just kind of stiff. Why is this the Sesame Street theme? Hey, 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 hey! Blammo! Denied. No! Who keeps carving that score into the wall, though? That's what I want to know. You can't have ball! The ball is mine! Man, this lady's really rude. Like, for realsies, though. Stop stealing the ball! It's committing all the fouls up in here. See how you like it. Hey, 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 kablamo! What is the point of blocking that shot when she just stands slightly further away and just shoots again, and then there's nothing you can do? This is maybe not great. Oh, fuck my uncle, really? Taco? You don't know my uncle? That's fine, it was figurative. Man, some of these Mahjong games just make me want to eat sushi. Look, they look like sushis. They just make me want to eat the sushi. I guess it's trying to be a little flashier. There's some music and then you... What the hell is this thing? It's some evil, like, trypophobia creature in a cloak with a duck. Audio's coming up? Is that happening for anyone else? If so, I would like to, Do something about that. You know? Don't you know? Well, it seems easier to just, like, do stuff than other Mahjong games. I still don't really know how to play Mahjong, though. Like, I guess it's a little more automated when it's just like, okay, when certain things don't apply, then it's whatever. So, cool. Maybe I should just imagine these are all Rummy Cup games, I don't know. And to add insult to injury, it's her old buddy beat Takeshi. Oh fuck, is this a board game again? What is this? What was going on with this fucking time? Just enlarge at you. Saying go fuck yourself, nerd, in Japanese? Probably. And if not, his sentiment's there, I'm sure. What's happening? I can't do anything. Do I just have to listen to the song? I can't do anything, I'm stuck. Oh, it's player 2. Because it won't let you play alone. Well, I don't think my player 2 controls are bound to anything, but... yeah, they're literally not bound at all. What do you think? Should I, like, bind a second controller so it can do anything, or just be like, well, that's that game over? Okay. Is anything gonna happen, or...? Takeshi! We have 2 Takeshis. Okay, I played a Takeshi, but... What the frog do? What happened when you frog? I don't know. There's fuck all happening. Fuck this. I don't have the patience to deal with this kind of garbage. Okay, what's this? Chuugoku Senseijutsu. This is marked on my list as not a game, so... I think I might know what this is. Is he saying, go fuck yourself, nerd? No, that's bad for business. Yeah, okay. So, apparently, at the end of the 80s, there was this big fortune-telling craze in Japan. And they just made a bunch of, like, fortune-telling programs for consoles, I guess. Oh, shoot. Why is the... What is with this, like... action name entry music? So I wonder how this works, right? Because this is a game from 1988, but you can be born in the future and still get your, like, horoscope for... How does that work? Yes, I was born in the 19th month of the year. You know, I just realized there's not much of a point to me doing this. It's not like I'm gonna be able to read the result. Oh, I don't know what just happened. Oh, wait, is it gonna tell, like... I only filled in one name, but it's, like, telling the fortune for the people I didn't... I guess we're getting Misingno's fortune right now. Misingno's not gonna have luck and love. Oh, okay, so I think... I think it was, like, predicting a romance between me and Misingno. I keep accidentally, like, clicking through this whole thing, so... Like, I guess there are no solo fortunes. Well, if I'd known that's how this was gonna work, I would have put in more people. It'd be fun. Can we have a romance in the park? No, we can't. Are these all the same thing? What's going on? What is that? What is that? Is that the Heaven Church? I'm so confused. Okay. If I knew Japanese, this might be fun, but I really have no fucking clue what's happening. And also, this isn't a game, so maybe it shouldn't even be on here. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is a port of the arcade game, which I remember kind of enjoying, but that was probably because it was in the arcade, so you just keep pumping in fake quarters into your MAME. Touch kid to see prize! You want to rephrase that, motherfucker? Also, you gotta push select to start. Like, you really couldn't just be like, rescue the kids to get rewards or something. Literally, like, you could have said anything else. Look at this fucking perspective, and why is Indy so fucking tired? Alternate timeline where Indy was played by Michael Jackson. Come on, that's such a low effort joke, but it is funny to actually imagine. It's like, why'd it have to be snakes? It belongs in a museum. I keep forgetting it's select. This was significantly less ugly in the arcade, by the way. Well, that accomplished fuck all, didn't it? Can I open this? I did get a key earlier, right? I have to, like, select it somehow. Doesn't this have some weird fucking... Okay, I jumped into lava and died. Why did I do that? Doesn't this have some weird-ass control Stop doing that! I'm literally just pressing jump and he kills himself. Like, you just always jump down. You didn't want to spend much mental energy going down the list of famous kid touchers? No, that's fair, I guess. But seriously, isn't there some way to, like, select a weapon, like some primitive weapon wheel or something? I seem to remember the AVGN having something with that. Oh, okay, you hold select. Doesn't seem to let me select a key though, so I don't even know what's going on. Oh, I can jump out of there. Hello. That was problematic. He just showed up. Yeah, collect the arrow. I don't know, I have vague memories of enjoying the arcade game, so maybe that controlled better, or maybe I was just like, yo, it's Indiana Jones, and it's not one of the 2 games I've already played to death. The ones where I'm really bad at punching Nazis for some reason. Seriously, like, jumping is, like, so dangerous, because you always go down. Do we have to just wait for the cart to come by again? Okay, hello. Whee! Then the kids are back! I thought I rescued you little fuckers. Ba-da-da-ba-da! Oh, okay. Aha! Looks like I'm the winner now, D-Bomb! You were wrong, and I was... Oh. Darn. That's unfortunate. Who put all these fucking conveyor belts here? I don't remember the movie being full of conveyor belts. Yeah, nice graphics, aren't they? This really just makes me want to, like, boot up MAME and see if the arcade version is better or if I'm just misremembering it. Whoa. I guess I missed that one. Why is he so tired, though? Look at him. He's so fucking done. Boom, 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 boom. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. We just go here? Ah, that seems to work. Bing! 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 And then he just disintegrates. Why'd it have to be spikes? Don't get plinked. I always try not to get plinked, honestly. Alright. His fucking face! Oh my god. You gotta love it. When you boot up an NES game, it looks like a Commodore 64 game. And, you know, I like the Commodore 64. It's just... that looks like the Commodore 64. That shouldn't look like that. It should look like NES. This is the first game you ever beat? I've never beaten Paperboy, so... I guess you win. Like, I always find it so hard to hit things. She says, immediately getting the first shot there. Ah! Why can't you drive over that? Like, seriously? That crashes her bike? I can stay on a bike while, like, driving over one of those. And I literally can't ride a bike! Come on. So much of the screen is just taken up by shit that isn't really relevant. I just start using the sidewalk. Like, really, it's my own fault. Or maybe it's the game world's fault because I'm only allowed to drive on the left, like, ride my bike on the left side of the road for some reason. Like, shouldn't I be doing the opposite, like, side of the street here and then come back and do this side? Anyway, then I was murdered by a dog, so that never helps. That's how you do traffic. Oh god! Why does that woman want me dead? I was bringing her paper that she was subscribed to. You know we can just unsubscribe, right, lady? I want that. I can't have that. I'm on the tree, though. I always found this game pretty funny in concept, and just like the crazy shit you encounter is fun. But then actually playing it, I'm always like, oh right, I suck ass at this. Fucking IBM ass noise. What is this man doing, by the way? Is he just having trouble getting his pants on? Well, he's dead now, I guess. She should only want you dead after reading the contents of the paper. You ever hear the expression, don't shoot the messenger or hit them with a rolling pin? That the boy! That the boy! You're supposed to throw the papers into the windows of the people who don't subscribe. Close enough, I guess. Paperboy for Smash Bros. You know, even if he has to call it quits after dealing with way too much of this garbage, you'd think he'd at least finish his first day of work. Why? Why does that make you fall over? That's why the lady was chasing you. She was a subscriber! Why is there a graveyard in that person's front yard? She runs pretty fast for an old bitch. Whoops.
Goodbye.
Where are you going?
Direct hit!
It's true. Whoops. Remember kids, when you need to cross the street, the answer is to go fast. Who set all this up, I want to know. Whee! Ah, shit. I was almost there, too. Oh, no! Extreme! Paper route. Yeah. I'm surprised they never made, like, a game called, like, Paperboy Extreme. Oh, right, the Grim Reaper is just in this game waiting to get ya. What do you do about the dog? How do you avoid the dog? Yeah, of course, starting a pro skater craze. Whoops. Hit the dog with the paper? You know what? I really should have figured that out. Okay. Next up. Oh, fuck. Next up is Platoon. You know, I don't try to, like, shit on these games. I try to have a good time. I like having a good time. But sometimes... Why was there an NES game of this? He just ran me over. Come on. What the fuck? To be fair, I guess this is how it would go. Your history. Well, I'm glad to have had an effect on things. Why did I just stop to throw something? I was trying to turn around to shoot this guy. Is this a wall? A pleasant time for all. Just never stop. There will always be a freaking guy to drop out of a tree. Every single tree is gonna have a guy in it. Infinite guys if you stick around. It's tree-tastic. It's guy-tastic. Visit the beautiful... What is morale? Well, it's going down, I can tell you that. No, but really, why was there an NES game of this? You decided that should be a thing. Alright, man, the trick in the jungle. Always be screen transitioning. They can't get you if you're... Whee! They can't get you if you're screen transitioning. Always look for perpendicular roads. And you'll be just fucking fine on a daisy Sunday. I don't know what that means. You could have that death noise as just like a little like percussive thing that you put on like a sick old school DJ track. Alright, Rampage. I've never actually played the original Rampage. I played the shit out of World Tour as a kid. I don't know why Lizzie was just looking like, oh fuck. I love these like newspaper headlines to explain the characters. Can we all just agree Platoon sucks? I mean, absolutely. But the point of the show is that I have to show you firsthand that it is just absolute pants. Just completely, just trousers. How do I go up? Then World... Okay, there. It's just very particular and slow. This is kind of just too slow and quiet to be as interesting as World Tour. I don't know if the arcade machine was better, but... Man-eaten. It is better. I believe there's a Master System version of this too. Maybe that's a better time, because... Well, it's the Master System. Oh god. Okay, so I know in World Tour you can just kind of like jump on top of buildings, just like quickly like destroy them, but I guess you can't do that here. So. So how do I get it on the other side of that? Because it just seemed to keep falling off. Just inch my way over? Like, what do I do? Do I just have to punch this, like, edge more? Is that how you do it? Oh, finally the building decides to go down. Alright. Yeah, this, I don't know if this is just a bad port or if it's just the fact that Rampage wasn't good until World Tour or something, but, I guess that is a question for another day. But what I can say on its own merits, this is pretty lame, and it doesn't control very well. Fuck me for pressing start to continue, I guess. It's so slow and finicky, and that's not what like it should feel like, being a kaiju destroying the fuck out of everything. Like, for real though, if you have never I just ate the coffee. Look, she's chewing the coffee. If you've never played Rampage World Tour, you owe it to yourself to check that game out. Also, seriously, you couldn't come up with more than 2 seconds of music? Literally just one bar. Maybe it's 2 bars. I guess it depends on how you're writing down the sheet music, but fuck, man! Can't even know the good game's good in this. I'm supposed to deal with the bad games. The bad game's bad. Don't you know? Ah, shit, I'm doing a little dance and I forgot that you can't see it. I should really buy Elite Motion so you can see my hands. So I just wanted to listen to that rad. He has like a neon sign on his shirt. How does that work? Oh, that's my cursor? What? Who decided that this was it? Quit your yakking and go practice. Getting serious? So go and compete. Oh lordy, I'm going. Why is it Rodney Dangerfield? He thought he could get more respect if he went here. Very forward thinking. How many also promoted Descent? Clearly a connoisseur. You know, I really just want to play Tony Hawk. How do I do any, like, real tricks? I'm just, like, on my knees, just like, no! I have been defeated by the gods of boarding. Oh. I get more points for just being like, fuck this, I'm out. I always have to return to the skate shop without reporting my findings to Rodney Dangerfield. I cannot continue. Oh, speaking of Commodore 64, look at that. Regular foot? Goofy foot. Yahoo? No, that's Banjo. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Gorsh. Damn, my foot was too goofy right there. Ugh. Damn you, Lester! It is unlikely that you'll defeat me. I always come out on top. Such as when I get fucking cut into pieces by a chain link fence. What? Seriously, that's fucked up. Can't remember a good extremely goofy movie quote right now. Well, that movie! I've never seen it. But there's no way it's a good movie because they broke up Max and Roxanne, and that's bullshit. This doesn't control too well. You got this whole, like, you know, it's tank controls. You press left and right to rotate, and then you press forward to increase your speed. Poser Pete! I'm gonna get you with my Q-tip. That's right. I guess that's kind of fun, I don't know. Is it my turn to get got? That was an unfortunate time for that to switch over. I guess this isn't the worst thing, but I don't know. I'm just really beaten down by some of these games at this point, so let's just go through. Next game is called Xenophobe. Huh? How is she holding that gun? Is this a light gun game? I thought we were gonna be playing as that lady, but apparently our characters are Dr. Quack, Mr. Fogg, and Dr. Zorders? Zorders? Try to clear the base before it self-destructs. Whee! What the shit? Pew pew. I'm just like a dude with a duck head, and I'm very casual. It's got one hand in my pocket, other hand blasting stuff. Disgusting green creatures. Get out of my sight. Oh man. I assume you're supposed to do this 2-player and there's like split screen. But now there's just a Sunsoft screensaver going on. Because I'm by myself. So you're familiar with this one, ND Bomb. It's so quiet. It really... I don't know what it is with some of this stuff today, but, like, it really just feels like these are all, like, secretly, like, shitty PC games from the mid-'80s. And they somehow, like, got lost in time and ended up on the NES. It'd be really cool if you could shoot in more than one direction in a game like this. I think that would be a pretty useful addition to my toolset. But nope. I just gotta fucking take all the hits, I guess. Like, there's no way I can kill this guy fast enough, so what the fuck? Let me pick up whatever the hell this is. Oh, or miss. Man, is this a collection of shit or what? It's like the couple really good games just sucked up all of the quality out of everything else being released. So even though just earlier we had that whole thing where, like, Wonder Boy couldn't be here because Sega, we still have some Sega ports on the NES right now. And I believe some of this stuff got, like US releases that are technically unlicensed. It's weird, right? When you think of the term unlicensed game on a console, you imagine just like, you know, just like crappy bootlegs. But on the NES, you had all that stuff with like Tengen. Where it was just like, oh yeah, you know, these games aren't being released in the US by their regular publisher for whatever reason. Maybe because of like Nintendo's restrictions or what have you. And then Tengen would do their stuff, which was, you know, not approved by Nintendo, so they are unlicensed games. But I don't think anyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, I know, you know, Tengen's releases are just like Little Red Hood, you know? They're just like Lion King 4 or whatever. So yeah, this sure is a port of Alien Syndrome. Plays alright so far. Not a fan of this, like, vomit color. It's supposed to pick those people up, right? I don't know what my brain is doing today. I'm a little... Mac wants to flame for... Well, Elf needs food. Last night I was watching Dragon Ball with Noth, and you know, there's one of those moments where like Launch sneezes and then shoots everyone. She sneezes and she pulls out her machine gun, and they were like at the dinner table. So she just like blasts the fuck out of the whole table, and I was just like, Lunch shot the food! And I thought it was funny, but Noth didn't respond. Yeah, it's definitely way fucking better than Ikari Warriors, but most things are, so... Like, even most of the games on this show where I've been like, this is crap, if I had to choose between those and Ikari Warriors, probably I would choose whatever that game is. But, you know, don't quote me on that. So yeah, I guess this is playable enough, but like, really, like... I'm sure you can get the arcade version easily, because Sega loves spamming their classics all over. And even if you want to stick to an old console port, the Master System had one, and the Master System has better hardware, so it doesn't have to have frickin' vomit. Frickin' vomit color. You've played one game worse than Ikari Warriors, and you know what that fucking game is? Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Is that what you're referring to? I'm not even sure I'd agree, but... Next game is called Amagon, also known in Japan as Touhouken Macho Man. Oh, that's the Macho Man? That's him?
Hey, never do a Slim Jim. No, I'm the cream of the crop.
Fire Rock? Oh, man. Is Fire Rock just like the new, like, bottom... bar for you? Look at this fucking Dangerous Dave in a bath suit, bathing suit. Fucking motherfucker. That's incredible. I just like this random ass game that I found through NES Roundup, where I was like, you know what? It'd be funny to make D-Bomb play this, and now I've just made that your new worst game for the NES. Okay, I'm not really sure what this game is going for. I'm just some dude with a really big chin going around blasting stuff. It controls okay. I can see the one-hit death being a problem. Now look, his jump is a little goofy, but at least it's all fast and snappy. This is... You know, maybe I've just played a lot of, like, bad stuff today, but, like, honestly, I don't mind this. This is alright. I don't know how to get those guys. You just gotta go past them, and then blast them when they come down. But yeah, I'm just like... A game playing decently well is like, yeah, okay, you did it. Congrats, this is a game that plays decently well. If this was the only game available on the NES at a birthday party, I might still play this over whatever board game they're playing, you know? Who knows? But it's just... I'm not as aggrieved by this guy looking stupid like D-Bomb is over in chat, but I'm just kind of like, who's gonna choose this game, right? In the whole world of NES games, who's gonna be like, alright, I want a side-scrolling gun game. You just go around jumping and shooting. That's a long list before you get here, I think, just on like... It's a weird sort of, like, anti-aesthetic. Because, like, I don't know what the person looks like who would be like, yes, this is my jam. There's a lot of games where, you know, I don't like that doesn't interest me like aesthetically, but I can see who it would appeal to, or at least who they're trying to appeal to, you know? Like even if they completely fail at being cool, it's still like, all right, I can see what like the edgy kind of kids that they're trying to market this to. But this I don't get. Who is this for? I really think this would be improved by being able to shoot in more directions, because like every time I die, it really just feels like I didn't have, you know, those birds swoop in, and unless you press the fire at the exact right moment, you're a little boned. People who wanted Contra at home, you could literally get Contra at home. It was called Contra on the NES. And hey, if this was trying to be Contra, I'd be able to fire in multiple directions, and that would definitely help here. So yeah, it's decently put together, but like, eh. It's for macho manosphere alpha dorks who want to feel tough by running through a park in a swimsuit with a gun. Okay, but whose fantasy is that? To be like, I want to be in a swimsuit? Just going around in a park shooting at birds and spiders? Or whatever those things in the trees are? I don't know. The next game is Hanjuku Hero. Oh, this is from Square. I was just thinking, like, have I heard of this? And I don't think I have, but, like...
My name is hello.
Link is protecting Shenlong. What? Huh? Oh, what's going on? Wait, is this like attempting to be a real-time strategy game? What's gonna happen? Oh! Oh, he just disappeared. Damn. Life comes at you fast. And death even faster. I don't understand what's going on here. It seems interesting, but... maybe Square can remake this one. Why do they keep turning into boxes? Oh, he's coming. We do not need Bravely Default. Really. Oh god, what the shit? Do I have any control over this? It's like that war mini game in Suikoden, but like goofy. Okay, I lost, I guess. I don't really know what was going on there. Okay, but how did I die from having my castle taken over? I was over there. I was like several miles over there. What? What the fuck? They were just like... Okay, I need... I'm interested. I don't understand it, but I'm interested. Alright, the next game is Momotaro Dentetsu. Not to be confused with Momotaro Densetsu. That one's different. Actually... I thought there was a translation for this, and maybe I just didn't grab it because they changed the name to like Railroad Baron or something. The dulcet tones of the Nintendo Entertainment System. Are board games gonna be added to the Kryptonite list here? Baseball, Mahjong, Go, Shogi, and board games. Is that just what we're doing? I think these are all specifically like Sugoroku type games, right? You know, like the best part of Dragon Ball GT. Okay, it's time to wake the fuck up right here. I didn't know this was made by Compile. Damn. I decided to pick the Japanese version of Gojira here, because he has the actual theme song and a big head. I like the American one too, kinda, because he's like destroying the logo. That's kind of fun. But yeah. Now what's funny is, so the music they use in the American version, which is just like level music, still uses the Godzilla theme. It's just a remix of it, but I guess they somehow got away with it. I don't know how that works. Alright, so this is, actually don't know for sure, but is it the plot of this based on, like, Monster Zero? Like, they send the monsters out into space to fight, or whatever? I don't seem to know how to move. I'm having trouble. Why can't I move? Please. Maybe I should have picked the English version so I would understand what's going on. Also, you know, the origin of one of the more fondly considered creepypastas. I think because it's basically just like, what if there was a creepy Godzilla fan game? Is basically the premise. Because it's just like all these like custom levels and monsters. No, literally, I was trying to move into like any direction and just kept telling me I couldn't. Am I not supposed to be able to... Okay, you press start to do her like pollen thing. That's... Alright, okay. Let me try this again. Okay, now I'm allowed to move. Kind of. Why can't I go right? Why am I not allowed to go right? I don't get why your secondary attack isn't just on the other face button, because having to, like, move over and press and mash start to do this is just really weird. I'm sure I'm just doing something weird here. Yeah, the second half of that creepypasta just gets kind of silly, where it's like, actually, the demon in a cartridge was my like schizophrenic girlfriend's depression monster or whatever. Why do I have to do this again? I already destroyed this place as Mothra. Floor. And then at the end when it's like, and then the monster paralyzed me and forced me to play the game, but also started taking screenshots for your benefit. God damn it. Well, now I'm stuck. Fucking Gazora. I can't go high enough to really use my wing attack, so... Can you fuck off, please? I guess the wing attack's not really very useful here anyway. Am I doing something? Okay, you really gotta hammer that diagonal. I don't get it. You'd think you could just be like, alright, I'm gonna move. I'm just gonna press right, and then you would go. But, whatever. So this is pretty fun. I can absolutely see the whole board game aspect making this take way too long, though. Especially because, you know, each level is just gonna add more stuff onto it. And it's gonna have the Budokai 2 problem. Oh my god, it really is Budokai 2. It's fucked up. I just talked myself out of liking this. Blorp. I'm not very good at this, a thing. And get him. Florf! Come on. Come on, finish him off. Yeah! Take that, Magra. Or Mogila in this version, I guess. You hadn't figured out this whole hexagon thing yet, it seems. How do I cheese this guy, though? That's what I want to know. Alright, actually, though, we have to move on. I need to do these last couple games because I still have stuff I need to get done. Which, you know, the fact that I have to do that hard cut really does mean this is actually a good game. This actually has a fan translation, so here we go. Man, it's got freaking romhacking.net in the credits here. It's that cool Namco, sound chip again, it seems. Lucifer's Conflict or multiplayer. What? Okay, how do I... Okay, move, and then... Maybe they should have indicated some tiles. Did I just cancel? No, we're not doing unlicensed games, so there will be no wisdom trait here. Yeah, this town is mine now. Now what do I do? How do I, like, end my turn or whatever? How do I move on? Okay. I swear to God, the select button just keeps being used for, like, unexpected things. Although that one actually kind of makes sense, but I think I might have put that on start, personally. What is this, like, jazz fusion music in this, like, frickin' medieval fantasy kill the demon lord game? And now I just wait for this to happen for 5 hours, I guess. Oh. And I didn't get to see what happened there. Let's rewind that. Finally, something started happening. Alright, it goes in there, and then boom. just boom. I mean, there's less bullshit here than in some of those other strategy games where it's like, gotta make your units first, and then a bing, and then a bong, and then a dingle dingle dongle. But it is gonna take a while to fucking get anywhere, isn't it? If I had more time, I would probably play this for a bit longer and figure out exactly what's going on, but it seems like it's just got, like, a sort of Fire Emblem kind of thing, but then you conquer, like castles or whatever, cities, towns. Alright, next game is Michael Andretti's World GP. And in Japan, this was called Nakajima Satoru F1 Hero, so they localized it by getting a different endorsement. What? Huh? How do we go? What do we do? I was going for a moment and... What is happening? What the hell? Let's try that again. There are these where you select what you cycle through things with the face buttons for some fucking reason. Oh, okay. I have to do gear shifts. I could really do without, like, the attempt at engine noises in these fucking old racing games. I'd really rather just have some cool tunes to listen to. I love how immediately, as soon as I shifted gears, I ended up on the grass. Man, this thing can't drive for shit! And even, like, the smallest bit of grass. Turn onto the road, you idiot! This is real. Making these turns is a real bitch. Oh, and the penalty for... Oh, you have to tap it repeatedly to turn. That's why I'm being so bad at this. Who the fuck decided to put tank controls in here? No, not even tank controls, because then I could hold the freaking button. I mean, obviously it would already be tank controls. You're literally driving a vehicle, but like... You just tap it over and over to change directions enough. Who decided that should be a thing? No wonder I can't take these turns, man. And then I just spin out, okay. Yeah, you know, I guess there's often something to be said for like, well, if you learn how to play it, it'll become enjoyable, but I'm gonna pass. And for our last game of today, we at least have a banger, if a very frustrating one, with good old Ninja Gaiden. You know, why is it called Ninja Gaiden? It's not like... because it's called Ninja Ryukenden in Japan. And then they renamed it to Ninja Gaiden because I guess they wanted a word that was easier to pronounce for Americans, but still Japanese. But Gaiden means side story. Why Gaiden? What is it a side story to? I probably should have like just let the opening scene play because that was like a big selling point, right? It's just like it's like an anime on your NES. I do rather enjoy this game, even though it's so goddamn hard. I don't know if I'll ever beat it in my life. And the first thing you're going to want to know is actually just do not dawdle, because you will time out on the first stage just because you're trying to, you know, find your feet. The game does not give a shit. But I mean, it kind of makes sense because, like, as you proceed, you're gonna have to go fast to even be able to do anything because of the way the enemies keep respawning. So in a way, it's kind of a game that, like, promotes the idea of speedrunning way before you could. He punched me onto the sign. And now I'm just kind of stuck. Hold on. Oh, jeez. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Also, if you die in the stage, there's like checkpoints, but if you die in the boss, you go back, right? I seem to remember that being an issue. Who are they? They seem to be following me. Who's there? Get out of here, girl! But first, I'm the girl with the gun.
What the?
Well, that was a short game. Yeah, I know that about the final bosses, but just like, that's such a weird idea. Like, you get further, so you get sent back further? That doesn't make sense. Like, the idea of a checkpoint is like, you know, that's... You know, that's your new, like, base camp. It's just so bizarre. It's like you made it to the boss, and your reward is that if you die, you'll be punished harder. Ninja Gaiden 2 and 3 mostly fix this. Yeah, but Ninja Gaiden 2 is like even harder, right? And then Ninja Gaiden 3 is like, don't even try to play the US version. It's actually funny is this soundtrack was composed with like an extra channel in mind. Like there's just like lead melodies and stuff that are left out because I guess they realized they didn't have enough sound channels available or something. It's very odd. But there's a soundtrack album where you can hear those melodies, and then I think also on like the SNES Trilogy port there and there. I actually don't know. I haven't played that very much of the sequels, because I wanted to play these in order, and then Ninja Gaiden 1 kicked my ass really hard. This is always weird to me. Like, why can't you just climb up? Why do you have to do this? Get out of my fucking way. Why are these random boxers? Supine! I like this move because it... Because being able to spin around means, like, you don't have to, like, jumping becomes less dangerous because you can be a weapon while jumping. Fuck off! Okay, like the way you just keep getting stuck on on those guys is the worst, because they like hit you and then immediately just like jump after you to hit you again, which is fucking garbage. Like, look at this nonsense. I'm just straight up stun locked, and then you gotta take this like really weirdly specific jump right after. There we go. That's some Dracula X bullshit right there, to be honest. But, like, this game, it's all about, like, memorizing these things, isn't it? Okay, that's just weird. Like, you really, like, you gotta learn to speedrun the game to play the game. And I find that, like, really fascinating, because this isn't, like... You know, there's no postmodernism here. There's nothing like... Hey, speedrunning exists, so what if there was a game that was specifically designed for speedrunning? No. They just came up with the idea of, like, what if it's a game where you gotta learn how to go fast to win? Like, even Sonic isn't like you have to go fast. It's like, going fast is fun, and we'll give you extra rewards. Here it's like, you go fast or you die. So you better start training. And I gotta respect that, honestly. I think that's really fascinating. As fucking frustrating as it gets, they'll get good at it. And then even then, sometimes just like enemy bullshit gets you. I remember this being the first stage where I really had to like learn some stuff. To be like, alright, this is how we're gonna go through this. Because I think this is the first time where it's just like, okay, no, you are gonna do this stuff in one go, because if you stop, you're fucked. Because shit like that will happen. So I think this is super cool. I don't know if I'll ever get good enough to beat it. But the cool thing is, this is very good. Good job. I also love how it gives you a seizure when you get a game over. That's just NES games, man. But yeah, I was really happy when I saw that this was going to be the last game for today, when I was putting, the episode together. Because I was like, okay, no matter what happens, I'll be in a good mood at the end. Because Ninja Gaiden fucking rules. Yeah, getting like the right weapons absolutely super important. And then, making sure you don't like squander them. Because you're gonna need them. I think that's just... The game design is just really good. The only thing I think is bullshit is the whole, like, you get to the boss, you get sent back further. Like, that doesn't make any sense, and it's aggravating. So, I don't know. Maybe next time I, like, seriously try to tackle this game, maybe I'll just let myself use save states for that, just because... Fuck. I haven't played much of, like, the reboot games. I had the first one. I had an Xbox copy. I played on my 360. Played a little bit. And I was like, yeah, this is all right. And then just kind of never played it again. I don't know. So, what were everyone's favorites and least favorites today? There was some crapola, I gotta say. I'm gonna have to, like, mark a bunch of these games just to be like, what was this? Because it's hard to even remember. Like, there was such a huge compilation of just, like, ugh. And then there was, like, some real fucking classics. And this is something that makes NES Roundup hard for me, right? Because I like focusing on the positives where I can. I like being, most of the reason I do this is to be like, I just discovered this cool game I didn't know about, and I'm going to share it with you. That's the idea behind NES Roundup. But just because of the sheer amount of software that's released on the NES, every episode is going to get dragged down by a bunch of garbage, even when you have Stone Cold Classic mixed in there. Going straight to bed. That sounds like a good idea, Gavin. Like, yeah. That does not sound pleasant, what you're dealing with. But I'm happy you were able to tune in, and hopefully I made your day a little better. So yeah, even though we had Mario's 2 and 3, because of the weirdness of how I order things, we had Déjà Vu, we had Godzilla, Ninja Gaiden, Paperboy was pretty good, even if I'm bad at it, and some other games that really weren't bad at all, and then just like some garbage that is probably gonna kind of tank the rating, where it's just like, yup, here's more Mahjong, here's some games that just don't really work. Here's stupid-ass board games. And I'm pretty sad that this version of Rampage is not very good. Because, like, even if I wasn't such a big fan of World Tour, just the idea of, like, here's a game where you're a kaiju and you just beat the shit out of buildings and you eat people and... Like, that sounds awesome, but it ends up being so slow and quiet and finicky that it's just like, this doesn't make me feel like I'm a giant monster destroying things. So, I don't know. I guess we'll just ultimately see how the rating ends up. And, if it really is just, like, not representative of the good stuff, I might have to revise how I do ratings again, but I already inflated, like, how much impact good ratings will have. So, I don't know how much more I could do that if necessary. By the way, I have updated the website with the info for the more recent episodes of the Roundups. And the last SMS roundup ended up at 76%, I think. It might be listed as 74% because I noticed at the last moment I made a mistake in my notes. But it is supposed to be 76, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's listed as 74 here. Which, 76, which is the fixed rating, makes it rival the NES launch lineup, which has been the highest rated episode just because, that was specifically designed to be the best of the NES at that point. So seeing that something can rival that, just by being like, this is this year of the SMS, that's really encouraging, because I was worried that was just always going to stand there because it's not, it's not really just a... Huh. Anyway, I am gonna go do the dishes because they need to be done. And we'll see you all on Sunday probably, unless, I fucking forget again for some Doom. Thank you all very much for watching. Love you all. Don't forget to tell your friends about Rosie. Follow me on these things down here. And, yeah, I think I'm cool with not doing a raid today, because I don't have the mental energy left. Rosie rolling out!